Welcome to our channel, viewers. Today we'll discuss about a cyclone in Andhra Pradesh. Cyclone Michaung strikes Andhra Pradesh. Transition from severe cyclonic storm to depression. Introduction. On November 29, 2023, a low-pressure area formed over the Bay of Bengal, intensifying into a depression the next day. This depression, named Michaung, rapidly intensified into a cyclonic storm on December 2nd and further strengthened into a severe cyclonic storm by December 4th. The storm made landfall over the south coast of Andhra Pradesh between Nellore and Machilipatnam on December 5th with wind speeds of up to 110 km/h. However, Michaung began to weaken after landfall, transitioning into a deep depression and then further weakening into a depression within 24 hours. Impact of Cyclone Michaung. Despite weakening rapidly after landfall, Cyclone Michaung still caused significant damage to Andhra Pradesh. Heavy rainfall and strong winds led to widespread power outages, flooding, and landslides. Several houses and buildings were damaged, and transportation services were disrupted. Additionally, agricultural crops were damaged, causing losses to farmers. Here are some of the specific impacts of Cyclone Michaung. 1. Rainfall. Andhra Pradesh received widespread rainfall, with some areas recording over 200 mm of rain in just 24 hours. This led to flooding in several districts, including Nellore, Prakasam, and Guntur. Flooding in Andhra Pradesh due to Cyclone Michaung. 1. Wind. Strong winds with speeds of up to 110 km/h damaged houses, buildings, and power lines. Several trees were uprooted, causing damage to property and infrastructure. 2. Landslides. Heavy rainfall triggered landslides in hilly areas of the state, causing further damage and hindering rescue efforts. 3. Power outages. Widespread power outages were reported across the state due to damage to power lines. This disrupted essential services and caused inconvenience to the people. 4. Transportation disruptions. Road and rail transport were disrupted due to flooding and debris on the tracks. This caused delays and cancellations of trains and buses. 5. Crop damage. Heavy rains and strong winds damaged agricultural crops, leading to losses for farmers. Satellite image showing the weakening of Cyclone Michaung. Cyclone Michaung weakened rapidly after making landfall. The storm lost its intensity due to several factors, including 1. Friction with land. As the storm moved over land, it encountered friction, which slowed down its winds and weakened its circulation. 2. Lack of moisture. Over land, the storm had access to less moisture than it did over the Bay of Bengal. This limited its ability to maintain its intensity. The unfavorable wind shear. Wind shear is the change in wind speed and direction with altitude. Unfavorable wind shear can disrupt the storm's circulation and weaken it. Due to these factors, Cyclone Michaung weakened into a deep depression within 6 hours of landfall and further weakened into a depression within the next 6 hours. Response and recovery efforts. The government of Andhra Pradesh took several measures to respond to the cyclone and assist affected communities. These included 1. Evacuation. Authorities evacuated people living in low-lying areas and vulnerable locations to safer shelters before the storm hit. 2. Deployment of emergency teams. National and state disaster response forces were deployed to affected areas to carry out rescue and relief operations. 3. Provision of relief materials. Food, water, medicines, and other essential supplies were distributed to affected communities. 4. Damage assessment. Teams were sent to assess the damage caused by the cyclone and to estimate the cost of reconstruction. 5. Financial assistance. The government announced financial assistance to farmers who lost their crops and to families who suffered damage to their homes. Recovery efforts are still ongoing, but significant progress has been made in restoring normalcy to affected areas. The government has committed to providing long-term support to help communities rebuild their lives. Conclusion. Cyclone Michaung caused significant damage to Andhra Pradesh, but the prompt response and recovery efforts by the government helped to minimize the impact on the lives of affected communities. The rapid weakening of the storm after landfall also helped to limit the damage. This event highlights the importance of preparedness and mitigation measures to reduce the impact of future cyclones. Additional information. 1. Date of formation, November 29, 2023. 2. Date of landfall, December 5, 2023. 3. Location of landfall, between Nellore and Machilipatnam, Andhra Pradesh. 4. Maximum wind speed 110 km/h. 5. Impact: heavy rainfall, strong winds, flooding, landslides, power outages, transportation disruptions, crop damage. This transition, severe cyclonic. Thanks for watching.